What's up, everyone? I am the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. Hope you enjoyed that. And to everybody watching their favorite sports and their sports ball games, I am right there with you. I hope that your team gets the scrimmages and the goals, the touchdowns and the baskets, all in a 3-period during the penalties and all the downs. Who says I don't know sports? Go sports teams! Anyways, now, let's get into it. Welcome to another edition of Is It Worthy for the Intellivision AMICO? Is it though? Is it? Yes, it is. Another one of my favorites. And this is a karate game. That's right. It is not only karate, it is kung fu. And I'm not talking about Karate Champ, which we recently learned from Tommy that they have the license for. No, I'm going to go out on a complete other tangent and talk about a Konami license, which is my favorite game. I had the I still have the arcade circuit board in the header, and I put it into 3 different cabinets. Every time I sell, I just can't bring myself to sell it because I want to plug it into a different arcade. Because Yair Kung Fu is what I'm talking about. Yair Kung Fu, or like I used to say when I was 9 years old, Year Kung Fu. Because it was just easier, Year Kung Fu, like it was made in a year. But it's got the coolest characters, it's one of my favorites, and it's a Konami license. And I hope that Amico can put this game out sometime. It doesn't have to be during launch, or even in the 2nd year or 3rd year. Would be awesome to remake, actually just completely redo this game, and make it a sequel. Now, for those of you not familiar with Yair Kung Fu, like I said, Konami license, and it is a Kung Fu game. And it's basically kind of a points game where you're, when your opponents are all very cool. It was like the Punch Out of karate. And I keep saying karate, I mean of Kung Fu. I really don't know the difference, I just know there's a lot of this. And this, maybe? I don't know. Your first character is Buchu, and he's a big, larger man. What are you saying, that I could be a Buchu and fly through the air with my big, baggy genie pants? Anyways, Buchu is your first guy. Like I said, he flies through the air like a giant fat Superman, and it is hilarious. And once you get all the points knocked out on him, he is done. Your next opponent is Star. And she is like, wears a pink jumpsuit and throws Chinese stars at you, and you have to dodge them. Or punch them. And then after her is one of my favorite characters, Nuncha. He is wearing a white gi and goes... Yeah, that's right. I have a lot of energy. I got up early and I had coffee, which affects me crazily because I never usually drink coffee, and when I have it, it gets... Regardless, and a giant breakfast I had too. Sausage McMuffins I made myself. They're really Chuck muffins. They're not McMuffins, because that would be a trademark infringement, you know? Anyways, I'm getting off the subject now. I'm talking about breakfast foods, which I absolutely adore. And then I've been watching this AMC stock and the GameStop stock. Have you seen this? Ugh. Crazy. Anyways, back to your Kung Fu, because I think it's worthy for the Intellivision AMICO. And it is because the other after Nuncha with his nunchucks, there is let me see if I can remember, is pole, and he's got a pole, and he does all his kung fu action with his pole. That didn't sound right, but moving on. Then you have Fetal, and he is like clones himself, and there's a bunch of different versions of him, and he comes in and outside of the rocks, and you got to know which one to hit to get all the points. and get him, and then after that, it goes to the next level, and you fight a bigger, badder dude, and he's got a chain, and it goes shling, shling. I'm just being serious. That's the kind of sound it made. Anyways, after chain, there is... I'm going to mess it all up. Or is after chain pull? No, after chain is fan. Fan is a lovely girl that throws fans all over the place. Maybe it's really hot and humid, and she throws them so that you could fan yourself off. Maybe she's fanning you at the same time. I don't know. She's just very nice. Anyways, same thing. After you defeat fan, you move on to your next one, which is, I could be wrong, is sword. And sword has a ninja sword, which he doesn't really use on you. He just has it. And then he kind of rolls around kind of like a Kano looking kind of guy. But the good thing you can get him with is a leg sweep to his foot. And once after that's done, you come to Tunfun. Anyways, he's got the two wooden things on his forearms. And he's wearing like this neon green outfit. Anyways, what am I doing this for? I'm out of breath. Oh, must have been the pile of hash browns. Anyways, moving on. After ton of fun. I am a ton of fun. After him, then you finally fight, which I call your twin brother, and his name is Blue. By the way, your character's name is Oolong, and you basically have a ton of different moves. It's one joystick, 2 buttons, or D-pad and 2 buttons, and each way, and I believe it's 16 different ways you can press. My apologies, I believe it's 8 ways, different ways you can press on the joystick with combinations of punch or kick that'll do different moves. So if you say you pull down, hit kick, he may do a roundhouse. If you push up and hit kick, he may do like, it's all different moves, and I'll throw them up on the screen because I'll just keep talking forever. This is an awesome game. It is fun. The music reminds me of standing in a 7-Eleven where I first played this game as a kid, me and my friends. internet quarters to play this. I mean, I can almost taste the Slurpees and the 5-cent Bazooka Joke bubble gum and the Jolly Rancher sticks they used to have with the sour apple and the fire. And you'd be like, "Ooh, this is so hot. I'm going to set it on top of the pinball and just let it melt like this," because the sunlight was coming in the window. But don't worry, you had your Slurpee and it was half melted. And you set that down and play Yer Kung Fu. Anyways, Yer Kung Fu, one of my favorites. Amazing characters. I really think this is something that is as silly as I'm being, and it's really been off the rails silly. I think this would be a fantastic franchise that Intellivision really needs to look into the Amico, especially if they have a relationship with Konami. Please, please, it's one of my favorite games of all time. And I say that a lot about a lot of games, but to be honest, you're here to ask me of my favorite arcade games of all time, growing up in the arcade, Yer Kung Fu, Yer Kung Fu, whatever you want to call it, is one of my favorites. It's cartoony, it's fun, there's no violence, it's more, like I said, it's more like a karate kung fu. Like it's to me, it reminds me of like the Punch-Out of martial arts games. You know, it's just like these cartoony characters that are unforgettable, and they're fun. You know. Anyways, I hope it is worthy. I think it's worthy. You think it's worthy. She thinks it's worthy. The guy under the stairs thinks it's worthy. What is he doing there? I gotta look into that. Oh, he's gone. Hope you'll join me next time. I hope you will like and subscribe. Make room. Like, subscribe. And we'll see you all over this internet for another episode of DJC Game Studios. Please subscribe. By the way, I also, before I leave, I want to make a correction, because in my last pickup video, I did a little interruption news segment where I was thanking my 99th and 100th subscriber. And I got the last initial wrong. I'm obviously not going to give out your last names because that would be a breach of your trust and of your personal information. But anyways, I wanted to say thank you so much, Jack E. That is Jack. Last name starts with an E, and I'm not going to give the rest because I'm not that type of person. I wouldn't spread your full name and bank accounts all over the internet. Not that I'd have your bank accounts. That would be creepy. And then my 100th subscriber, Jordan V. Thank you, Jack E. and Jordan V. for bringing me to 100. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. Like I said, I had to make that correction. I had the wrong last initial. Not that it matters. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jordan. And now, we'll see you in the next one. Well, Teddy, now I can finally let my hair down. Done with that video. Would you like to dance? No, like we used to. I was just checking for the... Where's that guy I saw earlier into this silly... I'm just leaving.